One thumbs up already. Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday. Welcome to Sip and Chat, which is what I think I'm going to name my lives from here on out. Hear anybody walking around, it's Jimmy's dog. Hello, Shelly and Anthony. How are you? What do you think of Sip and Chat? Get a tea, get a coffee, or be like me and get a juice. Oh, welcome, welcome. Welcome into Sunday Nights Live. Ouch. Just whacked my kneecap. So how you been? How is everything going? Hopefully you're well. I was going to go on 5 minutes earlier, but my roommate was still up, so you know how that goes. Anyone any interruptions from his dog? So, what did I name it? Sip and Chat? I figured I needed a title. This is not permanent, but wanted a title for my Sunday Night Lives. Let me move that back. I just thought this week I would go with Sip and Chat. Like when Boom comes in, she usually will go get a coffee. If you want to get a drink, get a drink. But tea, coffee, I'm doing cranberry pomegranate juice right here in a cup. And hello, Laura. How are you? Happy Sunday. Says, hey, girl, Mel. Hello, Chris. So, yes, we'll try it out. If you have any other names, because I want a permanent name for my Sunday Night Live. So, hello, Voon. How are you? What do you think? I was doing Sip and Chat. I thought about you. Like how you like to go get a coffee. Hello at home with Tom and Rhonda. I almost wore your shirt tonight, but instead I'm wearing this one. Yep, I talk to chickens. So, how are you, Tom and Rhonda? You missing Jarrett yet? Good evening, Red Silo Homestead. Hugs right on back, virtual. Voomy Tower laugh out loud, drinking a decaf. What? Mountain Maple Ranch. Hello, happy Sunday. Like the shirt. Yeah, this is the one that I got from my neighbor. It's only my second time wearing it. But yeah, welcome in everyone to Sip and Chat with Bagel Egg. Let me move this back. So, I wanted a name. I don't want to have to think of a title every week. And I just thought if you want to kick back, have a cocktail, have a tea, a coffee, a juice, because I'm drinking berry pomegranate. Is it berry? Yeah, berry pomegranate cranberry juice. But happy Sunday. Welcome in Mountain Maple Ranch. My girl Voon, Paul Honeyman from over the pond. How are you? Very sad that the Queen died. I was watching all that. It's very, very sad. I need a shirt like that also. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't know where her and her husband picked it out online, I think. Um, yes, we do miss them. You'll have to go there and visit the Shoot Dang Ranch. That would be awesome. Let's see. Let's see. Sounds yummy. Well, I was complaining of a little bit of kidney dysfunction last week. It was coming and going. I did call the doctor. I can't get an appointment until October the 13th or the 17th, but did say if it increasingly gets worse, I can go on urgent care. And I was working through it late nights, preserving, I'm a redhead, you know how that goes. And then today it was just, it's kind of like, feels like it's moving forward. So maybe it's a kidney stone or something. I don't know. Hello, Erin. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Garden State Gardener. Oh, you're saying hello, Joe, at Garden State Gardener is just getting done. Good to see you all. Good to see you. How's your pumpkin doing? I'm going to keep asking that. Mine is the same color, but wine. See, there you go. It's what I want it to be. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Sit down and relax. Take a load off. Maybe you're like me and you're exhaustedly tired. And I'm just sticking to the juice factor. Till I see what's going on. How was the visit with your neighbor? Debbie? Well, is that the neighbor we're speaking of? Oh, when you call, okay, when we were on the phone. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. She's a blessing. She's been kind of busy this week. Um, but I really didn't want to harvest peppers, which kind of made me. True story. Because we were getting a really bad rainstorm and some of them were hanging. So I have a whole thing of peppers I didn't even get to yet. I'm having some bad, I wouldn't say real bad. You know, I had it last year. Let's keep it real here. I have been getting some blossom end rot on a few a few pepper plants. I'm sorry. I do know how to treat it. I know what to do. It's my stuff out there with some vinegar, and I kept saying, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. And I didn't get to it. And now I'm at the point where it's like, okay. So we did pick off some that had blossom end rot. The rest look absolutely great, flawless as you can see. But do you remember this bucket that I got at Aldi's? I'll show you real quick. Oh, we were filled to the gills again. And this is just sweet peppers. I did like a little video of me out there just harvesting some hot peppers. You'll see that video this week, but lots to do. And I've been moving and hustling, I tell you what. But no, the visit was lovely. Hi, Melody and everyone else. Hi, Erin. Happy to see you again. Yep, that's what I said. Sympathies for the queen. She was an awesome lady. I've been like, well, my daughter, what is going on with this sudden blur? Sorry, everyone. It's always something. Yeah, my daughter texted me saying the doctor said it, you know, her health was kind of unstable. She's like, I bet you she dies today or whatever. And I was like, ugh. But you know what? I'm a history buff. I did American History 1, 2, and 3. Like, really loved like the Henry VIII era and all that. And this is the first time in my lifetime actually watching now King Charles be put in and, you know, all that. So I'm watching it because I just find history to be very informative. And as much as I would love to see William be king, that might not make it in my lifetime. I don't know. We'll have to see. But very, very sad. Need to step out for a few. Okay, Suzanne. Recyclable Homestead. Hello. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hi, Huga. How are you, darling? Fresh lime or lemon in your water will help those kidneys too. The only thing that concerns me is because I'm already thin as a rail, is I heard lemon makes you lose weight. I did buy limes though, and I'm probably going to run out some point tomorrow because my roommate has a job interview. Cross your fingers. I'm going to run out. What was I going to say? Oh, I have to find some vanilla ice cream because I need to go back on to doing my vanilla ice creams with the protein to try to put back on the weight that I sweated off out there this summer. Was the worst. God awful heat. But I would have tried the lime though. Anybody else hear that lemon makes you lose weight? Oh my God, doctor, it's like when stuff is going on and you need to be seen, the appointment months away. Yep. By the time the appointment comes to issue, isn't it as bad as when... That's kind of true, but they're doing something different. I hope to God that doesn't keep happening with that blur. They called me because it's time for checkup. And that's the only available appointment they had. And then I told them what was going on. And I said it started Thursday. So as of, I announced it to you last Sunday. So Thursday to Thursday, 1 week. And it was kind of coming and going. And now literally, look, I'm in pajama pants to try to be comfy tonight. Can I stand? Because I'm a super tall girl. Okay. Yep. I'm in comfy mode. It's been raining here all day. So here it is. It's going right from here and it's kind of running right into where this bone is. So I don't know. It felt okay yesterday and now it's this morning. Like when I came out here with Jimmy, I was like freaking out. I was like, what is this? I couldn't even put my feet to the floor. It was really, really hurting. I said, I think I'm going to go to urgent care. And then I went to go tinkle, and as soon as I had to tinkle again, and then instantly the pain wasn't as bad, but I felt like I didn't sleep real good last night. I'll get into that. Let me see. So yeah, I think they made it for October the 17th, but that's what I was going to tell you. She put me on hold. She got back on. She said the doctor said that you can go to urgent care if it's worse. They'll give you a urine test there and I think an ultrasound. So yeah, it's just blowing my mind because it keeps like coming and going. So I'm thinking maybe it is a kidney stone and it's traveling. I don't know. Just as long as it's not something that's life threatening, God forbid, you know. Yep. Oh dang, says Moon. I have a question about my watermelon. Maybe someone here will know what the problem was. Okay, shoot. Laura, let's hear what the problem is. Thank you for coming in, though, Huga. Holy pepper, says Moon. Yep. And I haven't started chopping any of them. I grew my watermelon, and they were all growing great. Ooh, almost knocked my juice over. However, once they started to get a little bigger, one end of them was turning black. They weren't moisture soft like rot, and it was only on the out. Huh. Well, that doesn't sound good. Did you amend the soil? I didn't have the greatest watermelon year this year, to be honest with you, but last year I was getting big ones in a really small area. Like the sugar baby, I think it was, and some icebox refrigerator. Anyway, long story short, I grew like a 10 or 12 pounder in that small area. But what I learned is to look at the stem. Like I did organic fertilizer, some worm castings. That's in the in-grounds, and everything worked out well. The stem that connects to the plant, if it turns brown, then you know to pick it. But the black part, I have no clue what that could be. None, to be honest with you. On the outside. I don't know, girl. I really don't know. Anybody else can help her out? Don't know about lemon losing weight. Add lemon to my water bottle all summer long and still not losing weight. Really? Really? Because I see it all over the web and I'm like, it's the last thing I need is some lemon water and lose any more weight. Let's see. It may not be kidneys. Could be a pinched nerve if it's shooting down to the hip bone. Yeah, it like runs around the side of my back. It's real sore and then it goes in it. Like Jay was over here yesterday. How's your back? I'm like, fine. It's like every other day. It's doing something. So I had a lot of late nights preserving, as you all can very well see if you're watching the videos. And so much more to do. Today, I sat here not really feeling that great. I'll show you this real fast. I got some of my bigger zucchinis. I cut these up to go into soups and stews. Another full bag of Italian zucchini. This is grilling zucchini, so I put that separately. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of shredded zucchini, the yellow from Haas Tools. I did that today. Yesterday, I did a video. It's not going to be the greatest video, so bear with me. I had a flubber. I was doing a video on zucchini bread. I was using they're like yellow with white stripes from Haas Tools. I can't think of the name of them offhand. And I'm doing the video in the kitchen and making it. And I guess I looked at my recipe wrong. And suddenly I realized I put 2 cups of vegetable oil in there. And I was like, pause. Went in with the scooper, scooped it out, the extra oil. But then I was just like, I'm just going to redo the video. So I did 2 zucchini blueberry breads, and that's because I wanted to use up some blueberries. So I put these in the freezer after live. So I got that done today. I got a video on the zucchini bread, and 3 actually. A regular zucchini bread, which is the one I've been making for years and years. Normally I like them in muffin tins. And then 2 zucchini with blueberry. So I did do that. Never had kidney stones, but have had infections, and those are painful because You had a bad fever. Everything okay with you? See, now I've had a kidney infection before. I'm sure Boone can remember. I was at Chris's. My son had to come up, take me to the hospital, and I had a double kidney infection. So I don't really know what this is. And then it wasn't feeling too bad. And then yesterday I did the trash can outside. What do I mean by that? All the bags for the chickens were just in this can, and it was so unorganized. I think it's got awful hot in here tonight. I do have this cracked and the kitchen door cracked open. Anyway, so, and then there was a 50-pound bag of food, the pellets sitting in my roommate's car, so he had to drive the car around. And he's like, don't lift that. I said, oh, I'm not lifting that by no means, but of course, klutzy. He goes to bend over to grab the bag after I opened it, and he has these t-shirts, these baggy pockets, and his phone fell out, and who do you think it hit? What foot? The left foot, my bad foot. I was like, between you and your dog, you're trying to take my left foot out, So, dumped in quarter of a bag of the pellets, and then some of the scratch to get them kind of ready for winter. And then went in with the rest of the, once the 50-pound bag went in with the scratch and tried to mix it up the best that I could. And then my one chicken has been making these noises as if she's going to lay an egg. So I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter if it's 16 weeks. The birds will be 16 weeks this Wednesday. Last week you didn't get a chicken update because of the holiday weekend. I did that garden tour on the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. So if you haven't checked that out, go on and check it out. It has a lot of what I'm doing for fall. But anyway, so bought the mats that are like straw or hay and put them in, and finally opened up the roosting boxes and put a fake egg in each. So, hopefully it'll be laying soon. Thank you, Erin, for that. Likes me fluffy. Oh, lemon is one of 3 ingredients for weight loss, but not on its own, Mel. Okay. Well, in water is what I heard. Melody, ever feel tingling in the knees, ankles, feet, or on that side? No. Why should I be? Is it something else? What are you thinking? So we'll see how it goes. Because I did contemplate going to urgent care, and then it just seemed like it was getting better. But then again, I probably didn't even recognize the pain because I was up extremely late a lot last week. Just craziness. Doing all that sauerkraut. Got 10 jars. Here's one of them just to show you. And in case I didn't specify this, and I know I kept saying the channel wrong, Whipperpool. Gonna do it again, so I'm not gonna go any further. Anyway, down in my description, I did the @ and her channel name. This has to sit on the shelf for 4 weeks, and then it turns into sauerkraut, in case I didn't emphasize that. But 10 or 11 jars of that. And then Detroit red beets, I did those. This is where my water line is, right there. So trying to not lose any liquid out of my jars. I'm trying really hard. So I did 3 pints of 3 quarts of Detroit red beets and a little half pint just as a snacker for me. So yeah, that was a lot of work. And then I did have help from Debbie with picking the peppers and loaning me some things. And I just haven't seen her this week because she's been busy with family. Some stuff going on there. And then I did more beans. I actually texted her because she don't really sleep. I texted her at night. I'm like, I'm still going. She's like, that's fantastic. But did you eat? Because I'm bad like that. And then there it is. That's how close I am to the top. Wasn't sure if I showed this last week. I have more mushrooms. And this should be topped off just like... Sorry, folks. I should have had it closer, but I didn't want to feel claustrophobic. I am full for kale for the winter time. That's it on that curly kale for me. Done unless I go and freeze some. There's dinosaur kale in the back. So The powders are done, except a little bit more in the mushroom. 10 or 11 quart-sized jars of the sauerkraut. You all know I did that pork loin. Um, I was on a schedule where every other day I was going out and picking the beans, like tender beans, because the beans are coming in. Thank God. There are still some bugs, but I keep killing them and they're just gross. But I think I might be up to like maybe 6 or 7 of the quarts. And I'm trying to get stuff out of my freezer, like when I did the blueberry preserves. That was to get the frozen blueberries out of the fridge. Now I have a weird bag of frozen fruit. At least Pam thought it was a little weird combination. Like if I wanted to make a preserve out of it is basically what she's saying. I think it's mango, blueberry, and strawberry. Does anybody think that that would be good to turn into a preserve? Maybe add it into a dessert. Not really sure, but there's my blueberry preserves. And this is a week later, and look at that thickness. It kind of slid from the bottom. It's funny. This is my jar I'm keeping out. And I couldn't do one. Might as well get all this out of the way. I couldn't just do one sourdough. I'm on 2. So they have to be fed tonight. And I think my 12 days is up. But yeah, I did a lot of Detroit red beets. And I was curious to see. I do have a video on that to see if they fade it. And they do. They fade color. But I have buku amount of beets out there. My Chautauqua beets are pretty big. I was a little shocked by that, and I think it's because of our first rain. It rained all day today here. All day in Pennsylvania today, which is very much needed. And then I'm just doing other things like, look at Red Silo Homestead. I have these out because I had to use this to dry my calendula, my lavender. I had to throw out all my marigolds from last year because when I put my hand in the jar, felt moldy, so don't take a chance. I just threw it out. And then I have other marigolds that were outside drying, and now they're soaked. And then some echinacea, calendula, but I'm not sure if you could put calendula in tea, but I had the envelopes out to get these packaged up already, the meat squash seeds. So it's just been go, 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 and then cleaning in between, and it's just been crazy. Thank you, Ben. I took and cut the ones once they did that, and some looked good on the inside, so I tasted it. They didn't have a strange taste, they just weren't ripe, so my chickens got them all. Hello, Marlene. How are you, darling? Hello, LP. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Like I said, the new little sip and chat, you know, pull up a drink, get a coffee, a tea, and let's just hang out. Mine says I was on a call. I said, not now. You are going into the shower. You can resume when the shower is complete. Funny. But welcome in. Happy Sunday, LP. I know, I did too, Erin. I watched Marlene's Come Salsa with Me. I originally put it for the 10th. Listen, I'm just going to do an even number. You know, make yourself some salsa if you got it. And let's go for October the 1st being the latest. My video disappeared, so I have to do an update on that. And I will make my salsa and just from out of that salsa. But I loved mine. So I'm really like... all the peppers are coming in there now, even more jalapenos, even though I plucked them all. So it's like the endless sea of peppers out there. But yeah, I really had a good time. I hope everyone else did. Thank you to everyone that participated. And stay tuned for that video. But really sad to hear about the deer getting your tomatoes. That's a total bummer. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is your green tomatoes that are in, what is that, like a little high tunnel or greenhouse, you can bring them in to ripen. Oh no, you had a hard freeze last night, so even with things covered, there was a lot of damage. It doesn't surprise me. You know what I would do, Marlene? I would harvest everything. There's no sense, all your hard work, growing food, You can put tomatoes out on the counter, they'll ripen. Snatch your squashes. You know, I have squashes over here. Some are all different sizes. But I really do think that we're going to not be like the way we were here in Pennsylvania last year, which was a fluke. Instead, we were going to get frost, like our first frost. It was like October 23rd. We didn't. And I was still picking peppers and tomatoes into November last year. Like the beginning of November. And boom, then we got hit. But I was running around out there, rain, everything, harvesting everything. And the only thing I missed was my basil. Let's see. Love that shirt. Oh, thank you. This is from Kathy and Mike. Yeah, I talk to chickens because I do. They're like little buggers. Getting so big. I just looked at the Wyandottes feet. The silver laced Wyandottes are smaller. I'm kidding you not. One of my New Hampshire Reds, well, all of them, their feet are so big, but they're so big now. And I think it's any day before they lay eggs, unless we have a chicken guru on here that can tell me. So 16 weeks this Wednesday. But every time she comes near me and she just stands there and fluffs out her feathers, I'm like, she really looks like a Purdue chicken. I say it all the time. She just looks like a Purdue chicken. Let's see. I know why I'm not losing weight. I grow strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and the wife makes pound cakes to drizzle them on. Maybe I need to stop growing berries. Like I say to my friend who's like addicted to my garlic confit, sends me pictures of like maybe like a 4 or 7 grain bread, avocado smeared on it, and then there's like 25 to 30, maybe even 50 on each half with like a sweet potato and a side of fruit. And I'm like, all in moderation. Garlic is so good for you. It really is. It has a lot of benefits. But I was reading an article that says to not OD on that amount of cloves. So he's loving it. And that would be Jay. But that's funny though. Hi, Teresa Shands. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome in. They look awesome, Melanie. Thank you, Boone. Let's see. Scrolling through comments. Ah, Vandal Land says, guess where I am. Oh, I don't know. A shocker. Should I guess? Walmart. My friend, you're in Walmart again, aren't you? Saying, hey, all in the chat. Heck, I would try it, Mel. Why not? Wait, which one, Laura? I just like spit out a bunch immediately. But I've had a lot of late nights, and then the weird thing is I went to bed. I haven't talked to Pam in a couple days because like my whole system's off between cleaning, processing, yay. And then I couldn't hang. I went to bed, and I'll be a son of a gun if I didn't wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning on technically Friday, because it was now Friday. You are all going to think I am batshit crazy. This is what I did. Woke up at 1, didn't just jump right away. I really did try to go back to sleep. Didn't work. Got up. My roommate's like, what are you doing up? Because he got up way after me. And I said, I woke up at 1. I didn't actually technically come out of my room till like 2 or 3. Because I like to read in the morning and stuff like that. Long story short, I hit the ground running. I was like, where's the new lantern that we got in case the electricity goes out? And he's like, why? What are you doing? I said, while the girls are in their coop, I'm going out there and cleaning the run. Like raking it down to the dirt and getting this all cleaned up before winter. And I literally did do that. And then he went out like later and started cutting some grass because I like to put grass down on the bottom. There's another bag out there waiting for me to do the back. But their coop now has to be cleaned because it's starting to get stinky and they're losing a lot of feathers. But they were all like in there looking like, what's that? Why is that open? You know, the nesting boxes. Like, what is that? But none of them went in it that I saw. But now I still have to do that. But I literally was out there 3 o'clock in the morning, approximately, I think, with this new lantern. And yeah, just cleaning the whole thing just to get it done. Then like sweeping and mopping and wiping things down, cleaning the bathroom. It was like, whew, that's what my Friday was like. So you would think I'd be exhausted because I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I had the hardest time sleeping. Wait, let me see. Friday night, nope, I passed out about 8:34. And then it was last night. I had a terrible night's sleep. Let's see. Melody, be careful with too many blueberries. I had too many one day and suffered for a week with black diarrhea, the black death shits. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, I'm a very personal woman. I don't usually discuss like potty business. But with this back pain going on and like running, I did have an episode and you should have saw me. I was on Google like, what does green mean? Sorry, folks. And it said sign of infection. It said E. coli. It said salmonella. Oh, my anxiety was through to here. Or it could be something you ate. I'm like, I didn't have anything green. You know, some few nights ago, I threw a little bit of basil on my pasta. And then it dawned on me this morning or last night talking to Chris. I was like, you know, Wednesday, I don't do fast food like this. And my body rejects it every single time. And Jay came over, I think it was Wednesday night, with chicken nuggets, a burger, a milkshake, you know, French fries. And it was not even within 24 hours after that, my stomach was like sick. And then that's why I don't do any type of fast food like that. Let's see. Gray Wolf Outdoors Homestead. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Get yourself a drink. Cup of tea, cup of coffee, or be like me and get juice. But I figured sip and chat. What do you think of that for Sunday? Let's see. So, okay, everyone say hello to Gray Wolf Outdoors Homestead. Hobby Garden for Health. Hello, good evening. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? I'm just skipping over that one. I ripped green tomatoes in a brown paper bag. Yeah, you can get them right that way. I hear some people use newspaper. I have some out there that are ripe and greens that need to be picked. And I hate to say like I don't care, but I kind of don't care. Because I really didn't want to harvest these, but she was worried because they were hanging, you know, and I haven't even cut one pepper up yet. Like, not even one. Lots of herbs down here. On the dehydrator that you might hear running is zucchini. I've never done that before. I'm going to dehydrate, plus I have seeds. Red Silo Homestead, you would be proud of me. You ready? Let's see. Well, I labeled my Indian Thai peppers that I dried. And then, let me see, these are all going to go in smaller bags. Long red sweet peppers, dried. When I run my dehydrator, I like to put seeds on it as well. Let me see. Italian frying peppers that are dry, but I just have the top open. And then down on the bottom is a bunch of other seeds while the zucchini's going. And I have these out with a marker so that I can get the meat squash seeds put in here in one or two and get them situated. So, I'm getting there. Let's see. I know, Boone, I didn't want to read it. I just skipped over it. Garlic is great for fingernails too. The raw garlic, just cutting them makes your nails stronger. Well, then my nails should be great. For those that don't believe me about too many blueberries, make a blueberry milkshake. Just fill the beaker with blueberries and top with milk. Then hit the button on the blender and leave it sit. Then watch it curdle the milk. Ugh, it's gross. Laugh out loud. Anyone here think Melody is not batshit crazy yet? Question mark, laugh out loud. Hobby Garden for Health, that's cool. You got something major done and they weren't on your way. You know, I've just been getting a lot done. So I guess it's maybe like 2 days, 2 nights since I talked to Pam. And I feel bad constantly bugging her, like, how long does this? And look at what I finally found. Both my books. I won this one over Time to Grow, and this one I purchased from Amazon, and now I just found the books. So I'm trying to also seed save. There's still a lot going on out there. So both beds of beans are in. As I was saying, I was going out and picking beans every other day and getting 3 quarts. This was just a random one, and I knew the weather was going to be crappy, and I'm like, I'll just wait for this week instead of 3 quarts, 3 quarts, 3 quarts. Let's see if I can get 6 and get them all in that canner, or 7, you know, for that matter. Lots of herbs to preserve. Down here is like chives, oregano. I have oregano going out my ears. Out my ears. I definitely want to try the sauerkraut. Yeah, I saw your comment. It's a lot easier than I anticipated. You know, you can take a knife and slice yours. I just decided to make my life a little bit easier and do it in my food processor. This was what, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of vinegar. Has to sit for 4 weeks, and then it turns into sauerkraut. Do I care that it's a little bit more finely chopped? No, not really. Because of the factor, whether it's like a salad or something like that, I'm going to be using it in pork over the holidays, like sauerkraut and pork. Hello, Sheila B. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you are well. Yes, it is. Definitely, Erin. You should make some, Erin. Operation. Oh boy, I'm going to say it wrong, and I don't like to butcher anyone's name. Operation Capacian. Did I say that right? Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Ah, Red Silo said, my OCD thanks you, Melody, because of having all these baggies not labeled, and I'm just starting, you know, like I did good today. For an example, I'm saving seeds. This is grilling zucchini. You can see the moisture in it. What I do, I have zucchini on there now. I just put it, I use my dehydrator. If it's going to run, it might as well run and take care of 2 things. So I have seeds in there, and it's labeled Grilling Zuc 2022. What else do I have? I have Italian zucchini, says seeds 2022. For some reason, my baggies are folding over. And then last but not least, I have green zucchinis. Do I have 2 green zucchinis? No, it's not. Okay. So this one's green zucchini. And literally, when I have something going in the dehydrator, I just roll the bags down like this, and I sit it on the top, and it dries it. This is the same way that I did these particular peppers. Hold on. Like I did this, just folded it down, sat it on there, and these are, as you can see, dry. So seed saving, everyone, with this crazy world that's going on. So the ones that are done are up top here. I just have to move them into something a little bit more. And these are the ones that are going to stay rolled down. And I just sit it right on the top of my right on top of my dehydrator. Now next to me, I have a bucket of tomatoes, some more squash, and my zucchinis are in, and they're looking great considering mine got smashed. How's it going, everyone? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome in. The beans are looking great. Oh, thank you so much. Happy to have you here. Fall is the busiest time of year when you have a garden, and that is so true, between the preserving, trying to get to it all before the first frost, you know, anything different that you want to do. And then I added 2 sourdough starters onto my list. You know, like I don't need anything else to do. But yeah, so this part of the table literally was clean before I went live. I'll stand up again and show you the harvest, but the video will be on there. Okay, this is what I mean by a little blossom end rod, but you see how tiny that is? You could just cut that off and use the rest of the pepper. So usually, and I added eggshells into it, but it's definitely from inconsistent watering. I'll try, there's purple beauties in here. There's just all kinds, but after she picked with me, she left. So I had to just quick carry it up to the patio and try to do a harvest video that way. So yeah, orange peppers, reds, all kinds of peppers in there. And then what I think I'm going to do is I have a bowl. You'll see that video this week too, and the chickens tomorrow. I think that I am going to wash them. It's the Spanish one. Y'all know I get that pepper confused. Poblano. And I have another one. And I think, I don't want to do what Becky at Acre Homestead did. In case you want to go look at that, she did a humongous batch of enchilada sauce. Probably enough for 3-4 years. I'm not going to go to that extreme. I think I'm just going to take some of my hot peppers and wash them. I'm going to smoke them up. And then I'm going to grind them down with some tomatoes, because I still have tomatoes that I have to deal with, like ASAP. You know, I bring whole heads of sunflowers in for them to drop. It's crazy, crazy. But that's one thing I want to do. For me, I'm looking for like 12 jars, so I might research a recipe that isn't like quadrupled 3 times, which is kind of what she did. And then I'm doing something a little bit different. They're in here. These are all dried red shishito peppers. Hang on tight. Let me show you. And then in here is a lot of my sweet red peppers. I told you I'm going to try to attempt to do the sweet red pepper powder that I saw on the channel. So when they come off, I've been putting them in here and I have to grind them up and add them to my jar. And yeah, so gotta love silver floss. Yep, Mel, that looks like the perfect sauerkraut for hot dogs. That too. That was the other thing I was thinking of. Like, I like sauerkraut. I like a little bit on my hot dog. Plus, like I said, I like to do it with pork. And I just thought, I don't really want to ferment. I've done it. I'm doing red acre cabbage. Fermented 2 jars. I still have some green in my fridge. Let's keep it real. But I didn't want to leave the bucket around with it draping over it, because Jimmy's dog sheds a lot and that would gross me out. So I decided to go this route instead of just leaving fermented sitting around and then you can can it. I like this way better. So I'm happy it turned out. I think I did pretty well for being a newbie pressure canner. But that meat was like something else, boy. Can't even believe that I did that alone. Our Life, hello everyone, saying hello, evening y'all. Hi, welcome in, happy Sunday. How are you? I hope you're great. Mona, hello, Miss Andale Homestead. Hi, Mel. I can't stay tonight. I'm with the Grands, but happy to see you. I'm happy to see you as well. Great big congratulations for your channel taking off. If y'all don't know, because, you know, she missed a weekend. She went to that conference, and now she's a big mahaf. Love her to pieces. Hello, Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse. How are you? Did you get my message if it was too late for me to do September? I did ask Miss Andel if I only had to do 1 soup. If that's the case, I'm in. I will do a soup. If you're not sure what I'm speaking of, Mennonite Farmhouse used to come here all the time. It's doing Souptember. Am I saying that right? Where you just make a soup with a bunch of different channels, like maybe your favorite soup. And yeah. Thank you for that, Paul. But congratulations, though, Miss Ando. I'm super duper proud of you. Hopefully you can teach me some ropes, my friend. Let's see. How you feeling, Mona? Everyone welcome in. I end up eating all my peppers. They don't make it to the dehydrator. Well, I'm going to be freezing some. I'm going to make stuffed peppers. And I thought I didn't have a stuffed pepper recipe on here on my channel, but I do. But I mean, these are like huge, and there's more out there. But I need to get to the hot peppers first, then this. So if Debbie sees this, Deb, come running. I need help. I'm hot. Sauerkraut I cook with an apple, cut in quarters. Yeah, I do mine a little different. Like if I was to buy Kissling sauerkraut, which is really popular here, I would do some brown sugar and some Grey Poupon and some grain mustard. Like I said, with some brown sugar, it's phenomenal. You can actually eat it instead of it being so tangy that you're just like, you know. But needless to say, I'm really happy to be able to have 10 or 11 jars of sauerkraut that's shelf stable, and happy that I found my books, because me and Pam tag team it at night. She helps me out so much because it's the only time I can get a lot done is at night. Black pepper. Duval City Girl Gardener. Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome in. Hope you had a great week. Yes, it's Souptember. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't saying it wrong. I have a lineup set. I had all the slots filled in less than 48 hours. Oh, okay. Well, if your slots are all full, you know, I guess I just won't make a soup then. I had one of mine, which is a really good one, and I don't usually like to share, but I thought this would be a good one to share with the community because it could really go a long way, for sure. Good, how are you? I'm good. Thank you. The conference was amazing. I know. I was in your live. Yep, she hit 6K, my friends, in case I didn't mention that. Miss Andale, who not that long ago made it to 1,000, is now at 6K. 6K, she's surpassed me for sure. I'm so proud of her. How do you freeze your peppers, Mel? Do you use a food saver? No, because I don't have one. It is in my Amazon wish list, but it's not like a real expensive one at all. And Pam said, well, you might want to do research because some of those cheaper ones just don't hold up. But it was on the top 3 list of the best. And I mean, last I checked, it was sold out, but it is on my Amazon wish list. I will slice mine for like fajitas. I'll dice them for like eggs or potatoes, you know, anything. So it's either chunked, sliced, or diced, pretty much. And I just put it in a Ziploc freezer bag. I take all the air out, put it nice and flat, right in the freezer it goes. It's still sour, but yeah. I make mine with onion kibasi. I love kibasi. I put that in mine too. I'd still love to see the soup melt. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do it for my channel. By the time I got the notification about Leanne's soup thing, I was like, oh, goodness, is it too late or whatever? But yeah, I do have a fan favorite soup, but you need a big soup pot. Get ready for that one. So yeah, maybe I'll make that for my channel. That's okay, LP. Is planning a soup collab, Mel. You should contact her. Everybody's doing soups. Okay. Go well. Congrats and woohoo. Yep, absolutely. And I'm at the bottom. So yeah, so I don't know, like I didn't have like a limit on how many people could do my Come Salsa With Me garden, which a lot of great positive feedback. So definitely going to do that again. And a great big shout out to everyone that joined. You will get seeds from me. And me and Mr. Joe from Garden State Gardener will go over the videos and announce the winner. But the deadline to your salsa garden, making your... It was originally going to be pushed to the 10th and then like the holiday weekend. So October 1st is the deadline on that. And then, yeah. So, you also make a sauerkraut soup. Oh, you do? I'll look at your wish list. Now, I ordered one from Amazon and it wasn't an expensive one either, even though I have the Food Saver brand one. It works just as good and I've had it a couple years now. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of the baggies, to be honest. Um, but I'm like very frugal and I understand Pam's point. She was like, oh no, it's kind of on the cheaper side. It's maybe 38, 40 bucks tops. And she's like, you might want to research that to make sure it's not like, lousy or whatever. And it came in as rated as one of the top three. And I read a few of the comments, and the guy said he had the most expensive, food saver and didn't want to order anything that was kind of on the cheaper side like that. Absolutely loves it better than his real expensive one. And a lot of people ordered it. So, not surprised with it being like canning season, but that's on there. And I don't really have a lot on my Amazon wish list. I'm just not about that. But Adrian was helping me, and so was Pam. Pam said, get on there and put a roaster. You grow way too much food, a lot of tomatoes to not own a roaster. So that is on there. And I think just some red eyes, and that's really about it. But wow, that would be like really nice of you. I greatly appreciate that. Hello, Belt Loop 29. Sup, everybody. Hello, my friend. Gary, I've missed you. How you been, my friend? Yes, Mel, I hope you were able to see my Come Salsa With Me final. I did. I absolutely did. I just started doing some work on this new laptop and trying to like fix titles. And now I have to get everybody's video and move it over to the Salsa, Come Salsa With Me, because I'm going to continue this next year. But yeah, I saw it. Very, very good. Just reading. I think the one I got was like 40 also. It still works great. Oh, Laura, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I think it was around there, and it's like smaller, so you can like tuck it in somewhere, and I was just like, oh, you're going to force me to put it on there? She said, yes, I am, because you grow a lot of food and you could use that, obviously, with another whole big thing of peppers. But, people say to me all the time, how do you get so many pepper holes? And I tell them how I do it, and it's just up to them now to learn. And that's like when your first peppers come in, you pick them, and then, then you'll get another harvest, and then you'll get another harvest, and there's a good possibility I'm going to get another harvest. So that would technically be 4 big harvests, I think, on the sweet peppers, and I lost count on the hot peppers, honestly. Let's see. Sup, Mel? Great to see you. Great to see you too, Gary. How do you like our, well, not our, I just wanted to do something a little different. And I figured like sip and chat. You can drink whatever you want, and I'm drinking juice. Okay, the kraut soup has onion, ham, pinto beans, and kraut. So good. Soya with crusty bread. That sounds really good. Send me that recipe in my email. One of my moderators can post my email address. Now, the one that I have, it isn't a small one. It's the regular size one. I need to check the name of it, and I'll let you know, Mel. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Believe me, I can make room for one of those. But I just didn't feel comfortable, putting anything on there expensive. Like, the things that are on my Amazon list probably equal out to about 5 things. Maybe 6 max, and reasonable. The roaster. But she makes a good point. She's like, you grow a lot of food, you grow a lot of tomatoes, and you need, I think it's a 24-quart roaster pan. So I'm like, maybe for Christmas or something. I can't have anything fun. I'm at work. Oh, remember to wear gloves harvesting them hot peppers, Mel. Not so funny when you wipe your ass and your butt's burning. Oh my goodness, Paul. Everyone, gotta love my moderator. I think let's see what's going on here, because I think something, and I'm still getting eggplants as well. This is a Hostel one. More eggplants. I have a bowl of eggplants I have to deal with. In here is eggplants, some tomatoes that need to be dealt with pretty quickly. So this will probably be my first thing I deal with, because every time I turn around, it's always something else that I should get to. And I spent hours today doing zucchini. Let me grab a rag real quick, my friends. Hold on. Oops, I almost knocked over my dehydrator. And it's not an Excalibur either. Okay. Alright, I wanted to wash my hands because obviously you know how that goes when you don't get to something fast enough. I think one of my tomatoes aren't any good any longer in that pot, but there's just stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to be making, well, I'm still going to be bringing you along for pressure canning because it's new for me and I'm staying with it. Let me think. It's going to be beans. My red beets, I didn't bring you along for the harvest. These are Detroit red beets, these here. And I pressure canned these, I think like 3 quarts and a half a pint. But then I have a half a bed that has pretty big beets in it. So I'll be harvesting them soon and definitely want to bring you along to show you that because I was a person that could never direct sow beets. And I did it this time. And my trick was 6 seeds. You know, don't be like 1 or 2, 6 seeds. As they get bigger, it'll push the big one out and the other ones will keep growing. Funny but true, Paul. He's a mess. Melody's email. Thank you, Paul. She read that one, but not the demon fart comment. I know. I just ignored them. I will. It's error food. Okay, that's great. For green bean, ham, and potato soup. My other soup that I want to make, I'm not going to disclose what my one soup is. That I was going to share if it was Leanne, but that's okay. But I make a mean Irish potato soup. My goodness, it's been in the family a long time. I absolutely love it. It's not the most nutritional to have all the time because it's like a gallon of milk, maybe a gallon and a half, and it's like almost 3 sticks of butter. But I could eat 3 bowls of that like it's nothing. So I'll bring some soups over to the channel if y'all are ready. I'm just in preservation mode and trying to get, you know, no more spoilage and get things rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? Beans, good. And roux is just Crisco, is to be Crisco and flour. Yeah, I definitely know what a roux is. I usually will use butter and flour and then cook it out so you can't taste the flour. My other thing that is coming up is, anybody remember Long John Silver, the restaurant? It was like my favorite. And they're not really around anymore. Well, they are, but they're like way up from here. If at least what I read on the internet last night. So I looked up what fish they use, which is my favorite. But I want to do their hush puppies. Like, what are they? Copycat hush puppies. So that's coming. And I'll do my Irish potato soup. And I will do my other soup that will remain nameless. But this is like going to require some serious help. Sometimes I wish I just had a vacuum seal. It's like, bzz, done. You know? But what are you going to do? But anyway, back to my question. So I used my 4-pound bag of blueberries that were in my freezer frozen. I have a 3 times, you know, the Omega. That's for smoothies. But my other bag I thought was pineapples, grapes, and no, pineapple, strawberries, and blueberries. And it's not. It's mango, strawberry, and blueberry. Does anyone have any recommendations what I could do with that bag? Because I want to get it out of the freezer so I could put other things into the freezer. Yes, they are. Oh, awesome. It is pumpkin time here, Melody. Everyone has a fantastic week. So you sign. Oh, good night, Foon. I know you got to get the kiddos up and out the door for school tomorrow. Love you, girl. Thank you for the compliment on my meat. She said she was shocked, because she was with family for Labor Day weekend. I was like, is she holding up a jar of meat? So thank you, Foon. Love you to pieces. I'll recall you this week and, finish catching you up. But lots of prayers. My roommate gets that job tomorrow, but I love you. Belt Loop says I had hush puppies yesterday. Oh, I'm so jealous, Gary, because that used to be like the hot spot and it's not around anymore. So yeah, I'm going to make not going to make, I did the video on Long John Silver's copycat hush puppies because like I got to have them in my life. And yeah, so let's see. God bless, Foon. So the beach, you'll see that. I did a video. I don't know how you feel about this. My intentions were I get asked a lot of questions how I store my herbs, from picking to blah, 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 blah. And I kind of show, and then I'm like, well, why don't we just start filling up some of the jars, like kind of just bringing you along. And then I said I found a sale, February, March. I think it was like the end of March, like for like $3 or $4. And I wanted to go through some of those containers and top off some of my other herbs. So, yep, I have that video. And I show how I keep them in baggies for backup. I always like to grow for 2-3 years worth. So I do have that video. But I second guess myself. I'm like, I don't know. Does anybody really want to see like my spice cabinet? It's sort of like how I store my spices. Let's get this a little bit more organized and top off the jars. That's kind of like what the video is like. Love Long John Silver's. Oh, but Arthur Treacher's better. There's no Arthur Treachers around here though. Erin, that stinks. Stay away from the berries. That's funny, Boone. Blend it with some apple or white grape juice as a smoothie. See, my daughter was saying that too, Mona, like use it as a smoothie. I'm like, I have a bag in there for smoothies. This bag was to try to use it for something, so I don't know if I could make a preserve out of it and then add it to desserts. Like the poke hole cakes. I was thinking like, could pour that on there. I don't know. I really need some help because I want that bag out of my freezer. It's a Bigums and it's taking up room. But I'm like, is that a weird combination to spread on toast? Mango, strawberry, and blueberry? I don't know. Love you, Erin. Another one that has children that are back to school. She says, yes, I got to leave at 6:40 a.m. Good night, you all. Erin, don't forget to email me your recipe, darling, for the sauerkraut soup. That's amazing. I would so eat that. But thank you for coming, sweetheart. Love you. Huh? I thought hush puppies were a shoe. Oh, you're too funny. No, deep fried, like cornmeal. Oh, it's just so good. I'm not going to tell you what else is in it, but it's so good. We went to Jerry's Catfish House. It was exceptional. Oh, I bet. But good night, Erin. Thank you for coming in. I guess it's Southern. You always have to have hush puppies when you have fried catfish. Never had fried catfish a day in my life. I mean, I've caught them. My roommate thinks that if it's farm raised, I would like it. Like tilapia, I don't really care. I'm a big seafood eater. Tilapia, I don't really feel like it's worth it. It needs so much seasoning to even give that fish a flavor. So I think it's pollock and haddock that they use on their fish, and you would dip it in balsamic vinegar. Madon, so good, so good. How about a fruit pie? That's interesting. Or fruit salad. Well, it's all frozen. Maybe on toast, not so bad on a bagel. Mixed berry jam. See, I was thinking that, Mona. Would anybody think that's weird? I don't want to can something and then what am I going to use it for type of thing? As you get into water bath canning and all that, you end up knowing what you liked and then what you don't like the following year. But I've never done this particular one. I have enough strawberry preserves for 3 years. Little over, no, I think it's like 2.5 years. Definitely going to make some more blueberry preserves because I kid you not. So good, so easy, no pectin. But then I realized I bought all these extra bags of fruit before the inflation, and one of the bags that are in there is for my smoothies. It has mixed berries, all kinds of stuff in there with 3 times the antioxidants because it has kale in there. But I want to get rid of the other bag that's in there. So let's see, mixed berry jam. It's a good idea, Mona. Everybody has a lot of good ideas. Blend them, add a touch of sugar so they make their own juices and pour it over a pound cake. Everything's good on a pound cake. That is true. But folks, the bag, I can't even, like, I'll go this way. The bag's about this big. So I would need like more than just one thing to use it for. Oh, you need some fried catfish, Mel. Just saying. I heard, but I don't know, my friend. You got to get down to Mississippi and try some fried catfish. I would. How about hollow out a pound cake and then fill it? Yep, I've done that before. I'm not a seafood eater at all. Just something I never liked. I like seafood. I'm very particular. I don't like a fish that smells like fish. If it isn't, what's the saying, Paul? If it smells like fish, it isn't a dish. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. Yeah, I had to go there because my moderator, you know, he's a bad influence, but haha. Anyway, I don't like fish that has bones in it or smells real fishy, but I eat a lot of seafood. My dad worked on the tugboats, kind of grew up like that for what little time I had them. And like steamers, like the little neck clams. I don't like the real big ones. Sucking them out raw. And I don't do any sushi because I feel like if I eat sushi, I will be so turned off and never want to touch seafood again. But I had bass, trout, salmon, of course, I love. I just never tried catfish, and I guess it's because I caught them. They always swallow the hook, and they make that like gonk, gonk, gonk noise, and it gave me nightmares for like a little bit. And they're like bottom feeders. That's what I call them. And in the river here, which is, you know, my side yard, should I say? It's this way, is the river. Which I do show that, how close I am to the river in my garden tour from Labor Day weekend. So if you haven't caught it, please go take a look at it. You know, those garden tours take a little time. But I went through that pretty quickly because I was like, please don't let my phone shut off. It was hot, but it wasn't that hot yet. Throw some frosting over it. Fried catfish isn't seafood, I assure you. Uh-oh. Some fried catfish isn't seafood. 2-pound cakes then. Make a real buttery one. You come down and I will treat you, Mel. Oh my goodness. Love Mississippi catfish, says Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Happy Sunday. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Which one, Mel? Question mark. I don't even know what the question is, so. I don't like fish either, but I will eat the heck out of fried catfish. Why make this thing from haddock, I think is how you say it. Like the filet. And I do a little fresh garden tomatoes with some garlic. This fish separately, pan seared, a little olive oil, pat of butter. I like to put some Creole on mine. And then you basically are spooning these tomatoes over the top. Lord have mercy. It's so, so good. So good. Which moderator is a bad influence? Oh, that would be you, Mr. Paul. No idea who she bloody talking about. You know, I'm talking about you. You didn't like my comment? You know, I'm funny about fish. You know the saying. If it smells like fish, it isn't a dish. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. That's how I was raised. I went to a restaurant one time. Exquisite restaurant with my husband then. And he was like, oh, get the 2 lobster tails. I get the 2 lobster tails. He hated it because something always went wrong with my dinner. It's not like I planned to get a fruit fly in my salad. Anyway, so the lobster comes out and I'm like, these aren't any good. And he's like, oh, Christ, what are you talking about? And I say, because they smell like fish. And the waitress came over, a little snooty, was like, no, but let me get the chef for you. I said, yeah, you do that. Because I've been in food. I know what I'm talking about. And the chef comes out and he was like, I am so sorry. You're absolutely right. They smell like fish. Lobster shouldn't smell like fish. I'll cook you up 2 fresh ones. It'll be on us. And I was just like looking at my then husband at the time, like, I knew I was right. I knew those lobster tails were no good. And thank God I didn't eat them because then I would have had food poisoning, you know? Let's see. Okay, make cinnamon roll dough. Blend the fruit and use the fruit. Now that's pretty good, Red Silo. I might need a reminder in my email. That's pretty good. I might do just like, I don't know, maybe 4 jars. I'm sure I can get 4 just to see what that tastes like. But that's pretty good. I don't want to be making too many desserts. I have a diabetic in the house, but you know, I actually just baked for the first time here yesterday since last year. And need to do that stuff at night. It's too complicated. But he literally will, like, you know, sneak it, just whatever. But let me reread that. Cinnamon roll dough. Blend the fruit. If you have not seen my raspberry, they're like pillows. It's made out of my same cinnamon roll dough, but it's like a cream cheese icing with raspberries. Roll it up, cut them, let them rise, bake them, powdered sugar. If you have not seen that video, go check it out. Delicious, absolutely delicious. Somebody wanted the recipe a while back. It is really great. It's light and airy, like if it's still too hot. But that's a good idea. Because I've done apples that way. Red Silo. So, yeah, that's pretty good. You throw it in a bag with cornmeal on it and drop it in hot oil. Throw it on a plate. Well, there's other ingredients to it. Since I wanted to. I was ready to say seafood shanty, which used to be a big restaurant here. But no, Long John Silver. Oh, I so miss them. And dipping that fish into balsamic vinegar. Oh, so good. Okay, here comes Paul. If it smells like fish, change your knickers, but Melody don't wear them. Commando, that's funny. I was trying to give you all a good laugh. I'm not usually that fresh. But, you know, I have to give Paul a little bit of his own freshness back sometimes. I think that's what keeps him coming back over here and moderating for me. Because he's just fun like that. So I hope no one got offended by my little joke. And I just took these while I'm sitting here. Here's my pepper. There's the blossom end rot and just cut it right off. And the pepper is perfectly well, so don't get alarms. For the reason why I got that back this year, even with eggshells in that bed, is no rain. And I was watering it. And then I think I was really soaking it at the roots. And that tends to happen sometimes. Yep, same thing, but with the mixed fruit. Yep, that sounds really good. And her father, Jeff Barron, it's called catfish noodling. Oh, nice. Just post a link. There's a lot of folks that do that. Not me. There's a girl from Alabama whose name escapes me at the moment that pulls out fish about as big as she is. Wow. Seen folks do it here. No thanks. I don't like seeing it. It freaks me out. I'm terrified of snakes. I'm not afraid of like snakes, but I mean, here you'll catch some eels spinning up your line and whatever. Need calcium added to your beds. Yep, and then the bag's been there. I mean, you know, I keep it real on this channel. The bag has been there, and I literally couldn't make the time to add, I think, a half a cup of vinegar and then go to all the bottoms of the plants. But now that it just rains, I'm going to do that. I'm going to mix it up tomorrow because I don't think it's going to rain here tomorrow. It rained Saturday night and all today. Finally, thank God. And I'm going to go in and do it. My brain was going to, well, why bother? You're almost at the end of the season, and that's a silly way of thinking because they're still producing peppers. So if I get 5 or 10 out of, oh, I don't know, 70 or 80 plants, it still needs to be treated for sure, you know. But it's definitely coming from inconsistent watering. I had it last year. Gosh darn stuff is making me kooky. It could be as little as this little dot right there. And it could be about like that. So when I get a pepper that's like this, I will cut that off and I'll save the seeds. If it's too big and I won't use it. It's very, yep, I think that's our good call. Be my luck, I'd reach into a hole and find a snapping turtle. Oh, Wayne's got a garden? I'm sure they have been issued, but I haven't heard of any. Okay. Oh, red cell. I'd rather find a turtle than a snake. I would rather find a turtle. Well, snapping turtles. Yeah, maybe not. I don't think you'll find a snake underwater for long periods of time. At least I don't think so. I think the most poisonous snake that I've seen, help me out, gentlemen, it was black. Like I think it was a black water moccasin. Crossed the water, it came out. I was young, had a stepfather then, and he was out there with a sickle for some high weeds and was like, I was traumatized. Why did you do that? And he said, because it's poisonous. And I was like, oh, okay. I have my fall seedling started about 1 more week until I plant. What grow zone are you in? I started mine. I did my, what am I growing for fall? August the 1st, but I actually had my plants in prior to that. But y'all know I've had animals getting in here. I've had a weird beetle bug. It was all over the Brussels sprouts, as a matter of fact. And Debbie came over and helped me rip them all out. And then I found them over on my green stalk planter. It's some type of brown beetle and it has like these yellow dots. And it obviously eats through things. So I've been smushing and killing them. But it's just been bug season, no rain, hot. But all my stuff is planted. The only thing I'm disappointed about is something dug in my carrots. And what else? I planted a bunch of beets. And I saw them all. And then they were gone. Like as a concession. So I went in with some more beets and planted them. And we'll see what happens. Because normally, like I said, I do my beets in a cell tray. So it's just been crazy. And now I'm trying to... I have a bunch of zucchinis out there. Take a look at the video from Labor Day weekend and you will see how good my zucchinis are doing. I planted them where I had my potatoes that I had to pull out because I unfortunately thought, well, if they're over, they must be ready. But it was like, I think I said July, August, and that was fake news. I think that was the end of June, beginning of July. And I had this intuition like, don't pull them, don't pull them. Listen to your gut because I pulled them and here come to find out the animals that were coming in, these groundhogs, they were just smashing them and I thought they were ready. I got about a 5-pound bucket full of like smaller ones, but not a great potato harvest because of the animals. To turn red, I hope it doesn't mess me up on the fall harvest. We'll get planning. We had some kids at our lake. There's a tree swing and they drop off the rope, swing into the den of them, and they killed the kids. Wow, what? Swing into the den of them and it killed the kids. All the kids? What are we talking about? Snakes still? Oh my God, that's horrendous. I think if you get them out now, I don't know if you're doing it by direct seeding. I did like doing that because it was so hot here that I can't even make this up. So August the 1st, I posted what am I planning for fall. And then a day or two before I got the video posted, of course, I had went into my green stalk vertical planters and posted the seeds and they were up in 24 hours. I mean, I can't even make that up. 24 hours. I never saw carrots germinate so fast. The animals would stop digging and it would be great. And this whole thing is fenced in. But I found a spot in the back at 2 arms deep of it digging through the fence. I put a board there. I put more dirt there. And just have to see what happens because I don't want to deal with this come next year. Facts. Yeah, that'd be terrible. Oh my God, so sad. That's true. Fried green tomatoes. I did get to have, finally, like a rotisserie chicken with some tomato because they didn't have all my usual tomato and mayo sandwich as soon as my tomatoes were coming in because it was so much. It was every bug that I couldn't even think of what the heck it was. It was like what animals are getting in here. It was just a chaotic gardening season. But I did have that the other night. I did not have a good tomato crop this year. Oh, well, any consolation? Uh, some of the animals around here had a great tomato season because I would never put them in the back again. But yeah, they were eating all my tomatoes. And they had been doing it all summer. Every summer they used that swing. So they're all like gone now. Yup, water moccasins. Oh no. Wait, so all the kids died from those snakes? Oh my goodness. Used to go swimming as a kid in ponds in northern Kentucky. Used to have to get out every 10 minutes to toss a big rock in the water to scare the snakes out of the water. Yeah, not bright as a kid. Laugh out loud. Wow, red silo. Yeah, that's crazy. Up in Mount Pocono, there was a lake behind my house, and it got away from the lake, slithered onto our property as he was sickling like those fern-looking things. And I just thought he was like the most rotten, horrible person until he was like, "You wouldn't want to get bit by that. That's poisonous." And I was like, "Whoa!" And it was big. Oh, it was big. I didn't either. I was pregnant until she was sad but funny at the same time, I guess. Yeah, that's horrible. Poor kids. I agree with Wayne. But dang, Red Silent Homestead, I definitely wouldn't be in that water. Mm-mm. The ones at Crescent City Grill are awesome. Yep, every one of them. I think there was like 4 kids. Wow, Laura, that is absolutely terrible. I'm assuming their parents weren't there with them. Not that everything's parents' faults, but, like we did things back in the day of like, drinking from the hose. Oh, don't drink from the hose today. Why? We all lived. You let it run a minute or two. But yeah, so, I don't know, my friends. Lots to do. A little concerned about this pain. Every now and again it goes into my back. So, and it really is a shame on some of these peppers. Like, let me show you this. Look at this pepper. We keep it so real over here. See this? But then the other side's fine. This was on one of my Carmen Italians, and they were great the whole entire season. So I really have to stop procrastinating and get out there and treat this. Because if any more wants to grow, they won't be growing in with a little blossom end rod on them. But overall, though, a really good pepper season, to be honest. But I'm not putting the peppers in the same bed next year. It's a new garden. I put them in there last year, same 2 beds, and this year. So I want to move them absolutely to a different spot for a fact. So, yeah. Let's see. I have sat on the bank of a pond with a shotgun and just shot them as they came towards me. They're very aggressive. Wow. Absolutely horrible. I wasn't trying to get them to come towards me. I was just killing the ones that came toward me. I didn't get any tomatoes either, but my banana peppers have gone crazy. Yay! I have gave away so many of them things, and they're still going. Girl, I have a video coming out talking about what I was going to do with some of these banana peppers. I did like 4 jars. I think maybe 4. Don't hold me to it, but stay tuned for the videos. I did pizza toppings. So on the bottom, it was, like that much. It was banana peppers, and the top was some jalapenos, thin sliced. If you wanted to have just a jar you could pull off your shelf and put on for pizza. So I was really trying to think outside the box this year between, the powders, the mushroom powder, stuff like that. Or like, I don't want everything pickled. But the peppers, I did one, like, it's like a fancy blend, it was called. But I think I did open kettling last year. It does work if you don't pack the jar. It's from Simple Living Alaska. But I also had 2 jars that did pop. So what I saw them doing now is the same technique with open kettling and putting them in the way that they want, but then they water bath can them for like a couple minutes. But Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of peppers to deal with. As soon as the zucchini is done, I'm going to put it in a jar. And then I just really think that the fastest, easiest way of some of these peppers that I just did this week, the hot ones, is to wash them all, obviously, and maybe use a cast iron, smoke them up a little bit, but just don't burn them to make them bitter. And I'm going to soak them in some water, and I think I'm going to make a small batch of brain fart. I am going to make a small batch of enchilada sauce. Like I said, I've been wanting to do that, and there was something else I wanted to use peppers for. So I will probably do some open kettling method, but then I am going to stick them in the water bath canner for a few, just for a guarantee seal, because it does work great. But a couple of them did pop open, and I did get that from Simple Living Alaska. So love that channel. I tried to cut them up to put in the dehydrator, and I just can't because they're burning my nose and my throat up. So I'm not going to be putting any in there. And you're supposed to be sweet, mild ones. Really? Do you remember the name of the pepper, Laura? I've had plenty of peppers take my breath away, like those Indian Thai peppers. And what was I doing late at night? And I opened the thing, and I think Red Silo Homestead said, you have everybody in Kentucky choking. But I had to go outside. I was choking. It was so hot. And I think they were either serranos or they were my cayenne peppers. Hello, Garden State Gardener. Joe, how are you feeling, my friend? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. What do you think of the title? I'm drinking juice, but people can get coffee, tea, whatever. I don't know whether to keep that as a permanent Sunday night name for my lives. I'm not sure. But how are you, my friends? Hot peppers were great, and zucchini, they won the show this year. And you know what? Always remember, something will do fantastic one year. I mean, I did get lucky. Peppers did great last year. They did really great this year. Less the little blossom end rot. But my zucchinis were phenomenal last year. They got flattened, and I'm like a dum-dum, like, huh, I wonder if the heat's making them flat, not realizing until I started seeing like big bite marks out of like tomatoes and things like that. So, but yeah, always prepare that something's not going to go right the following year. Not every crop's going to be perfect. And if you have to go to a farmer's market, no shame in anyone's game. Go do it as long as you put it up on your shelf. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to Joe. You'll be sure and hit that thumbs up button. Oh, thank you, Belt Loop. Yum. Well, I never realized Mel knew how to make a brain fart recipe. Oh, Lord. I did salsa with most of mine and pepper sauce for my fall greens. Last year, was it last year I did? It said it was a sweet hot pepper jelly jam. That video is on my computer. I'd have to look. I think I pushed it and added a little bit more jalapenos than I should have. Oh, it's spicy as all heckaroo. So I didn't want to go that route and do any more because I have those jars to go through this year. I'm not making any cowboy candy because I have plenty of cowboy candy. I'm trying to just replenish things that I didn't have before I started pressure canning. Like beets and beans. I don't like dilly beans. Some sauce products, things like that, zucchini, you know. And I'm sure, and the meat, I mean, you know, that's pretty, like, I don't want to be fresh on here. Like, that's pretty gallsy of me to just say, I'm not wasting an expensive pork loin, and I'm just going to pressure can it. What's the worst thing that could happen? I do it wrong, and it came out excellent. Yeah, I haven't been seeing any of yours, Belt Loop. I'm going to go over there and hit the bell button again. Same with you. I haven't seen you over on mine. I don't see you in the comments. I better switch over to live chat, not top chat. I'm feeling pretty good. Still healing up. Oh, that's great, Joe. My peppers are doing well this year, but it's the only thing that has done well. Well, like I said, some things will work out and some will not. Don't be discouraged. Look at all the obstacles I had going against me this year, you know. I don't remember the name of them, Mel. I know that they were banana pepper. I was cutting them up. Oh, yeah, banana. Maybe you had the hot ones. There's sweet banana peppers and the hot ones. Banana pepper. I was cutting them up and they just killed my nose, especially. They didn't bother me at all to pick them. It's probably the hot banana peppers. But, I mean, it looks like a banana pepper, right? So, yeah, I mean, you can do some things if you're running out of ideas, like, okay, the sauerkraut, instead of fermenting it, make it shelf stable, 4 weeks it takes. Okay? Um, think of like pizza in the wintertime. What kind of toppings do you like? What kind of peppers do you like? You could layer your jar that way and pop it right in the pressure canner. And that's kind of what I think I'm going to do. Certain ones will be for like fried potatoes and some stuffed peppers, you know. But a lot of these I'm probably just going to end up chopping. I wish in a way I wouldn't have picked these without having 2 extra hands for help. But we did, and she had family emergency. So look at this chocolate. Look, pure chocolate pepper. I'm trying to see. So yeah, I have to go through some, you know, and if it, like I said, if it has a little spot of blossom enride, just cut it off, put it in that pile. The chickens can have it, and I'll still be able to save the rest of the pepper. Oh. They have white half runners, $60 a bushel. I was like, what the hell? Huh. I had to downsize this year. Didn't have access to the same plot as last year. But we got plans for next year, of course. Last year, I bit off way too much. Oh, you and me both. Lots of rain, flooding, high heat, humidity. Think everything just got steamed this year. So true. So true. No doubt sounds like you're here in Mississippi. Let's see. The weather will not recover until them fires are put out and the trees get a chance to recover. Yeah, I have to call Pam and check on her. She's in California. Yeah, we had so much rain. I never once had that. See, you were getting rain and we were like dying in the heat. No rain. Craziness. It's very sad. Our fruit trees are doing well, more or less. The ones we planted last year should be even better next year. I planted mine last spring, saw like a couple ends get the flower, but no fruit. So I'm assuming next year, God willing. Yep, last year I had to water almost every day. This year I think I had to water once. Weird year for sure. And now I'm out 2 blueberry bushes because they were burnt to a crisp. You're still in the Kentucky whiskey barrel, but I mean, the raspberry out there went crazy. I'm going to need some help because I'm confused. I took a chance last year and just winged it. But when you're taking off an old cane, it should look gray, right? And any of the new canes is what you leave, but you take off all the old canes because this thing's climbing the house. It's taking over my other garden. It's just in a bad spot. I didn't realize it was going to get that wild, but I also had to get to that and cut that thing back. But I don't want to cut it back too far. I understand. Okay, we had like 70 inches last year, and I expect it'll be more this year. Ooh. My peach trees were great, as always. My pear wasn't as full as it normally is. My grapes are hanging everywhere right now. Oh, that's awesome, Laura. 1 inch of rain the entire summer and extreme heat for 2 months. Crazy year for you. Yeah, actually, I feel like as soon as I plan it after Mother's Day, we had that hot weekend, and I was like, it's a fluke. No, not at all. Because it was straight heat here every day. I mean, I finally had to admit to myself, I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't go out there. The heat is killing me. It was just way too much. I'm a Mississippi boy living in Florida. I had to go to all raised beds to garden here. Oh, I bet you did, but I bet you it looks beautiful. I just planted my blueberries this year, so hopefully next year I will get them. My apple trees I planted last year. Hopefully next year I'll get an overload of fruit. I'm thinking the apple trees, hopefully, and my blueberries kaput. And I'm still looking for elderberry. I really want an elderberry bush for here. And I made a mistake in one of my videos and said that I was looking for such and such, whatever the plant was, when technically I'm looking for a blueberry bush. So yeah. So lots of medicinal herbs and saving lots of like tea blends and stuff like that. Dealing with 2 sourdough starters. Now I have to put all these cans back. I said to my roommate, can you please start taking them down the steps? I can't with my back right now. So yeah, zucchini on the dehydrator. Got to go through this bucket. What's good is good. What's bad, I'm just getting rid of it because I don't want to deal with it. But I sat here for hours today just chopping up zucchini, and now I have this big enormous. I don't even want to lift it again. Oh gosh, folks. Because I'm trying to be careful not to lift too much. But this, filled to the gills again. And I have that to deal with, and I have to go down to the freezer and put that zucchini away. Get that in there, but this isn't, like, by tomorrow, this is all going to have to be dealt with. Because I thought when we were picking it, she was going to stay and help out, but rats, dang it, she didn't. So now I'm stuck with all these peppers I have to deal with, and I really could use a food saver majorly. Majorly, because you go through so many baggies this way. But excellent, absolutely excellent. So I am blessed that way. Joe, I was showing them a little blossom end rot that's on a couple plants out there. You know, lack of water. People say Tums, but I'm going to use the same thing I used last year. I think it's like a hydrangea thing, has calcium. And then I think it gets vinegar. Black Gumbo's channels where I found that at. I don't really have pear trees in the ground yet. So I'm going to have to get more blueberries. My pear was covered up. I canned what I wanted and gave a ton away. Oh, that was nice, Swain. Gratitory Maker's Mark. Over there, beautiful area. And the bourbon is awesome as well, I bet. I would love to be able to grow pineapple and bananas here. It would be the happiest, I would be the happiest person ever, laugh out loud. I probably would be too. I love bananas. I like them green. And I love pineapple. Panhandle, Florida. I'm from Starkville. Hopefully I said that right. Laura got a banana growing here, ice cream banana in a large pot. We'll have to move it indoors mid-October. But yeah, I think like Jess Roots and Refuge did that as well. Her mom like moves them in, but the leaves, they're like enormous. My goodness. Holy cow, that is a good pepper crop. Oh, thank you, Wayne. This is my, what did I say this was, my friends? 3rd or 4th? And I do predict that I'll be out there picking some more. And the red ones are in the kitchen. I just don't want to be rude again and get up and have to show you. So wait for the video. Should play 20 minutes. Okay. Wow. Shut up, 3 pups so far. Still waiting on fruit, but we'll see. Ooh, that would be interesting. I can't wait to see that. Leaves are about 4 inches long. Yeah, I think they're beautiful. I know they're seasonal for some, you know. But yeah. Is Paul still here or did he disappear? I wonder if he got any of those wrenches back from last week. But yeah, so anybody that watches it back or is currently in here, thank you so much. If you could please swat 4 feet long melody. Wow. It's crazy. But yeah, if you can watch the videos, leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate it. You know, I finally have like a garden tour for you that I did Labor Day, and there will be preservation videos, which is odd for me. I don't normally do that. Someone told me about a banana tree that only gets 6 inches tall. I thought about trying it, but I just don't have the time to really take the time it would probably need for me to work with it. Oh, Laura Vitale lives right over in Jersey from me, and her and her husband get lemon trees, and then they just bring them in like a terracotta pot and add it into their decor in their kitchen. And they keep saving these same lemon trees, so that's pretty cool. I think I would like to try that. So yeah, let's say beat video, the Labor Day weekend garden tour. It's a quicker one. That's on there. I'm trying to think. I do have pepper video, the spice cabinet one. I'll get it posted. Tomorrow will be on the chickens because those puppies are getting big. And I'm hoping, I don't know, what did we say, Red Silo? So 16 weeks. How much longer till I get an egg, my friend? Till I get an egg so they can earn their keep. If anybody's going to the Gulf Coast Homesteaders meet, please look me up while you're there. I know David DeGood and Cog Hill will be speaking. Tammy and I will be there and have a table. Oh, that's going to be a blast. Belt loop. Wow, all that water you're talking about, we're finally just getting like, I had like 2-minute rain, or they would say it would rain and it wouldn't rain. And honestly, like one night, like last month, it poured for like 10-15 minutes and that was it. And now it's been raining all day today. So the garden's appreciating that additional water for sure, because we just didn't have any. So anyhow, I don't know if is Paul okay? Soon Melody, soon. I'll be surprised if you don't see an egg by October. Well, we already opened up the roost because one is out there like trying to sing me a song like, get up off your butt, because I'm about ready to spit out an egg. But we'll see. Like I said to my roommate, doesn't matter if it's 18 weeks or I estimate it. Yeah, I think I estimate it like the beginning of October. So we're probably on the same path here. But needless to say, each one has the filler in it, like, and then each one has an egg. I don't know if all three need to have a fake egg in there, but there's a fake egg in there. But yeah, I was doing their run when I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Dude, I probably, I did so much work. Probably about 50 to 60 things before 9 o'clock in the morning. But let me show you this new lantern. In case you're worried about your power going out, this would be really good to use. And I used it out in the dark when I was cleaning out their run. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm definitely going to need to get a brighter bulb for winter time for the chickens, because right now they have something like this, which is my roommate's dog, I swear, solar panel bulb. This is on the top of their thing, and then so that's what they go to bed to. And then LE Lighting Ever LED camping lantern right here. But look at this bad boy. I probably got it dirty. And you can charge it USB, no batteries. Oh no. Look how bright this bad boy is. I know it has other means here. Blinks, flashes, all that good stuff. You got the idea. So I hung it up in the coop, and that's how I got it all done before even the sun came up. So craziness. But this thing's going to need to be charged. And this was on sale for like 20 something. And this is what they have currently out there now. So I need to get a really bright light bulb for them for the winter time to extend the light. But they're doing well. They're doing quite well, for sure. And where are we at? 144. Thank you to everyone who watches this back. I greatly appreciate it. Anyone that watches my video, leave a comment. Make sure you check your notification bell. Sincerely helps me out a lot. All the links to anything that I'm in is, you know, like my Amazon affiliate is all below in the description. Let's see. Anthony got his first egg today, Mel. Really? That's exciting. It trained this whole weekend also. Really? Great rain day today. It was, though, for sure. I kind of needed that. Is there anything that will speed up the egg laying process? I have no idea. Country Road Cure. Can you threaten the chicken and make them lay eggs faster? That's what my roommate did. He was just like, he either does like, go to bed type of thing, or he's like, you better start laying eggs. So I was messing with them. I'm like, yeah, you better start earning your keep. But they're sweet. Yeah, I think me and you hatched our chicks about the same time, Mel. Mine was my son's birthday, which is May the 26th. I got mine May the 25th from Mary McMurray Hatcheries. Oh, it's going to be so exciting, Laura. Different breeds have different times when they start laying, but 16 to 18 weeks is a good time frame. All of the new chicks we hatched in the spring have started. Wow, really? Well, they're 16 weeks, and y'all know what I have. In case you don't, I'll tell you again. I have 3 silver-laced Wyandottes, and then I have 3 New Hampshire Reds, and their New Hampshire Reds are bigger than the silver-laced Wyandottes, which Mary McMurray Hatcheries told me that the silver-laced Wyandottes grow faster. I don't know. They also said that that's the one that will lay in the winter as well. So I'm not really sure because I still don't have a chicken book. Eventually I'll have a chicken book. So that's what's kind of going on here, everyone. Just trying not to overdo it on my back. Now I have all this stuff to put away. And yeah, I'm probably going to hop out a little bit earlier tonight. Give my moderator Paul a break from the times that I usually will run over. I'm so sorry, Paul. You know I still love you. And yeah, sad news about the Queen. Sorry for your country, Paul. And I liked her, so, you know. So it all should, it's going to be sad. What is that, 10 days? It's going to be sad. So yeah, so I have all this to now clean up, and I have 2 starters I have to feed. I forgot to feed them yesterday. Oh no, what did I fed these today. Ooh, thank God I thought of that. Okay, I don't have to feed 2 feeders. 2 starters. Oh my goodness, can you tell I didn't sleep real good last night? And then that pain I had all day today was horrible. I know we have chickens and they lay eggs, but I know virtually nothing about them. I know I hate that rooster, Tweety. He's mean. I don't do no rooster. Paul, glad to hear him and Roxanne got them an egg. Yep, me too. Maybe they will all start laying soon. Bright, yes. But I probably looked like a weirdo because I was out there like, well, I'm up. It's 3:30 in the morning. I mean, normal people get up, start doing farm chores or whatever, right? And I didn't want them in the run so I could get it done. And then when my roommate gave me a bag of grass when he was cutting the grass, true story, I'm like layering it down, and suddenly I see this big ass spider. It was like about this big, no exaggeration, black with its legs, and I was like, oh my God, I put my hand in that grass bag. And it was sitting like on those concrete things that are on the inside. And I'm watching it like, please, Mr. Spider or Mrs. Spider, please don't jump at me. And I'm not usually like a freak when it comes to spiders. And then I look, gone. I'm like, all right, I'm out. So I told Jimmy about it, and he's like, well, if it's in there, they'll get it. I said, yeah, but then again, it could get out through the, because I'm not using chicken wire. I am using hardware cloth. But that was big ums and jet black. I was like, nope, I had my bad experience with a spider living in my leg. I am not getting bit. So yeah, I did that all early in the morning. I don't do chickens, but I have a friend I give garden scraps, and he gives me eggs. Oh, that's a good swap. He uses wooden egg to entice the chicken to lay. Well, I was going to do a different egg, but my roommate already beat me to it. And he bought, I don't know, like a combo pack of the wooden eggs. So there's 3 wooden eggs out there. So we'll see, because tomorrow is, because y'all missed a week. I missed a week. I mean, I recorded it, but I didn't feel right posting it the holiday weekend. So my Monday cuteness overload is tomorrow. So you get to see the chickens, and whew, I mean, I had to change the water because it rusted. So they're on a bigger one. It's 3 gallons, and then I think their food is 7 pounds. 7 pounds of food. So I just try to make sure they have green grass like for their feet, and plenty of things to eat. You know, coming out of the garden, and I think I fattened them up. Let me tell you. Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations to Country Road Cure for getting their first egg. Candling, but only know you shine a light on them. Don't know why or what. Well, originally the light that I'm using is solar. It goes on the top. That started to entice them to go in and go to bed, but then they figured it out and they just do it themselves. But for the winter time, I definitely need a brighter bulb. Like, go out there, say 5 o'clock in the morning, turn the bulb on, come in, make coffee, do all that fun, good stuff, and then go out with their food and whatever else that they need, you know. I have hens that lay also. I had a rooster. Well, you have hens currently that are laying, Laura? I had a rooster, Froghorn. That thing was so mean, I gave him away. I still have Little Gray. He's a good rooster and much happier since the other one is gone. Oh, roosters are just mean in general. See how the chicks are doing. My understanding, you can candle to see if it's, oh yeah, the candling for in the egg. Okay. No rooster, no fertile eggs. Yeah, I don't want a rooster. If I want more chicks, like more hens, I'll just order them from Mary McMurray Hatcheries. If you ever go on Instagram, I kid you not, this is hilarious. It's like a woman in a robe, you know, probably about early 30s. I don't know if you saw this or not. And her husband must be recording their chicken coop, and she's getting ready to open the door, and suddenly it goes, run. And I mean, I'm talking, she's got some speed. She was booking because the rooster runs after her like that every single day. When it decided to turn around, husband, I thought to myself, if I had a rooster like that, that rooster would be in a pot making some good stock. That's the other thing I made too before I forget. I thought it was a little dark tasting, but that could be made. It's my first time doing it. I made some chicken bone broth. I went over the 48-hour period, so I don't know if that's why it tastes darker, but you know, I said to Pam, what could I use it for? She said anything, like, that involves the stock. So I did do that as well. Catalina, can you help me settle a debate? Should a sandwich be smushed before eaten, especially with chips? Wow, well, welcome in. Happy Sunday. And what a question. Can you help me settle a debate? Should a sandwich be smushed before being eaten, especially with chips? I would say probably if it has chips, you should probably smush it a little bit. Me, I don't like any of my sandwiches smushed, but with chips, yes. Hopefully that answers your question. Yes, with chips, yep. Thanks for the 411. I'd like to turn Tweety into chicken and dumplings, but Tammy raised him from an egg and she won't let me touch him. Oh. Smushed if it's got chips. Yep. Only when chips are involved. I get like 9 to 10 eggs a day now. Oh, my younger chicks haven't started yet though. I have no clue what kind of chickens they are though. Oh, okay. May depend on what type of chips. Are we talking Cheetos or actual potato chips? Turned about 25 chickens into dumplings this year and plan on another 40 to 60 next year. That's awesome. That is awesome. Taking them to freezer camp. That's right. I sent it to my roommate. He's like, what's that? He didn't know what freezer camp meant. You never look like a weirdo, Mel. Just saying. Well, thanks, Belt Loop. My little guy would never be able to handle that. He's autistic and he loves them all. So I'm not hatching any more of them off until some of them pass away. Store chicken tripled in price this year, so we're taking that off the grocery list. It's very smart, very smart. I'm giving some of them to a friend of mine. I just have to haul them to Ohio to her, which will be very shortly. Wow. I know my buddy Devil Dog has like 150 chickens and a couple of turkeys. At Laura, he doesn't dispatch any of them. He just raises them for eggs. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because mine are meat and egg layers. Meat first and egg layers. But if it boiled down to we're starving, you know, I would just have to watch. I would have to make sure I have backups. If everything goes well and I'm still here next year, I'm going to go for meat birds. With Jimmy's friend, meat birds. Me and Jimmy and David and his wife. We'll see. Some people say they're going to do it and they don't do it. I'm doing it. Because it's only 8 weeks. So I would like to go that route and leave these girls strictly for egg laying. But if anything was to happen or, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's just how I look at it. Are the ones not laying because they're too old or too young? Yeah, I have like 8, 9 hens that lay now. Oh, that's awesome. You're getting eggies. Tweety was the only chicken to hatch in my group incubator. He was the only one that made it all. Hi, Blue Self-Reliance. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Going to be getting ready to hop off. I know. It's later where you're at. And yeah, I'm happy that you came in. Tried to attack me every time I went for the egg, so I caught him, hung him upside down by his feet for a few minutes, and by the third time he stopped. I heard that works. How are you doing, Blue Self-Reliance? Chicken condo. All of our first chickens were given to my little guy, so that's how we got started. So I have no idea what kind are. Oh, that's so cute, Laura. I wouldn't hesitate, right? But we keep our freezer full of deer, turkey, etc. from our lands. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome, and that's the way, you know, we're all going to have to be self-reliant and depend on ourselves to get through this debacle. But I love you all. I'm going to end here. Did I miss anybody's comments? We went with New Hampshire Reds for dual-purpose eggs and meat. The roos get huge in about 14, 15 weeks, and we can incubate our own, so don't have to buy Cornish cross every year. Yeah, that's a good idea, but one, you can't have rooster here. And two, I was dead. I was like, no roosters. I'm not getting attacked every day by a rooster. I'm just awake, doing good things. Oh, miss you, girly girl. Let me see. It's very cool to have Simplified Gardening, Tony O'Neill the other day. Live is awesome as always. Oh, thank you, Wayne. Laura says, good night, everyone. God bless and have a great week, folks. Yes. Everyone have a great night, says Garden State Gardener. Thank you, everyone, on our sip and chat, I guess, you know, live, talking about what's going on, and really do appreciate, per usual, you coming here. I have zucchini I have to go run down into the freezer. Tony is a mate of mine, hun. He is a great... Wait. He is a great guy. Oh, okay. Suzanne, good night, sweetheart. And Mona, Red Silo Homestead. Y'all are awesome. Just remember to watch the videos. Leave some comments. Like, I've never seen one of my garden tours just sit there for like X amount of time without even one view. So yeah, if you can help a girl out and watch some videos, leave a comment, check your notification bell because a lot of people's are being turned off. And I binge watched a couple. Now I have to go over to KY and watch that. And Red Silo, I think when I was just on it the other day, you didn't have anything newly posted, did you? Because I looked. Then I got to go over to Garden State Gardener. So I'm making my rounds. I usually do that in the morning when I'm reading and trying to have coffee, but just not 1 o'clock in the morning. But lots of preserving still going on over here, everyone. And it's a lot. I really do greatly appreciate my neighbor Debbie's help. I hope she comes back because I need more help. And yeah, so I hope that you're preserving whatever it may be that comes out of your garden. And, having some food security. I love you all. And I hope to see you throughout the week. Wish me luck on my kidney or whatever it is that's going on. Lots of prayers for that to make the pain go away. But that's another reason why I'm like done. And I'm trying to be on time for Paul because I love Paul. But anyway, make sure you're putting food up for food security, herbs, all types of things. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you throughout the week, and I will see you next Sunday, same place, same time. Love you all. God bless everyone.